Hey, what's up, everybody? Ricardo here. I'm a community program specialist for the San Mateo County Library System, and today we are going to do a really cool activity. It's called the Funny Face Game. Yes. Now, are you probably asking, is this really a game? Are we really going to be playing throughout the whole time of the video? Well, kind of. We're going to be interacting with each other. I'm going to show you some silly faces that I have, and it's not a lot, but I'm still going to try because um, our emotions are pretty much different, right? So, for instance, if you are happy, how do you show that? If you are sad, how do you show that? If you're angry, you're scared, you're surprised, you're frustrated, or maybe you have empathy. What does the word empathy mean? It basically means you're trying to understand one another, okay? But also not just understanding, but listening, hearing them out, and being there for that person who needs the support. You're trying to understand, okay? So, what we're going to be doing today is going to be making our own faces, right? Because the way I show that I'm happy is different than the way you show that you're happy. Emotions are they vary. There's so many different types of emotions, and there are so many different ways people express their emotions, right? Just because somebody is showing that they're happy doesn't necessarily mean that they're actually happy, right? It could be, but we don't know. So, how are we actually going to know? By making our own cool um, faces, right? We're going to be making 6 faces that describe or show an emotion. The ones that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to tell you the emotions that I'm going to make personally for me. Now, it's totally up to you. You can make different ones, but it has to be at least 6. Okay? You can make 10 if you like. If you have the time, go for it. No one is going to stop you. Okay? You can make the emotions whichever ones you feel comfortable with. Okay? For instance, I kind of made an example here for you. My sad emotion. Am I sad? No, I'm pretty happy. But this is my sad emotion. So every time I'm sad, I'm going to be like, hey, I'm sad right now. Do you not see this? Okay? We're going to be making 6, and I'm going to show you how to do it. And also, what we're going to be doing as well is if you have this with you, we're going to be playing the emotion game. Okay? We're going to be making a cube. We're going to color it in. And basically, whatever your cube lands on, that's the face you're going to make, right? And also, if you also have this paper as well, these are just words that pretty much are going to tell you how to feel, right? So, for instance, make a face you make when you are tired, right? So, when I'm tired, I'm like, it almost looks like I'm sleeping. And this really helps you in developing sort of your emotion, right? How do I think about this? Can I attach an action to my emotion? Because let's say, for instance, you probably had that time where you felt very frustrated and you started tearing up and you're just like, no. Well, what were you feeling at that moment? We don't know. We can't, we're seeing that you're crying or maybe you're laughing, but we don't know what emotion you're feeling. So this dice is really going to help us out in understanding one another. And that's the greatest point to make is with communication, we get understanding. Okay? So let's start with making the faces. So all of you should have probably had one of these. If not, draw a circle, right? This is a face template. You're going to draw a circle here. I already went ahead, and if you had this face already, this one right here, I went ahead and I already did the cutting for it, okay? So this is going to be the first thing we're going to lay here. Let me just move my materials. I have so many materials here. This is the first thing we're going to lay is our template, our face template that we have here. We're going to leave it here. We're not going to draw anything on it, okay? I wanted to draw a happy face on it because I felt really happy about it. I got too excited. And so, but we're not going to draw anything on it, okay? We're just going to leave it as is. Where we're actually going to be drawing is on our cardstock that we have here. If you do not have cardstock, do not worry about it. Well, you can use regular paper. What I want you to do is, using the face template that I was showing you, we're going to cut this out, okay? The scissors that you have at hand, we're going to cut it out, okay? Let's cut it out. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. Do not worry about it. Trust me. Do not worry about making a perfect circle here. Especially if you get frustrated with cutting, okay? Cutting takes time, it takes patience, it takes practice. So please, if it's really making you mad, the cutting, just breathe in and breathe out and start over again, okay? So I'm gonna draw my circle right now. I already, like I said, I already drew 2 of them, so I just need 4 more. Okay. Boom, make a circle. And it's not the best circle out there. Let's be honest, this is not the best circle out there. It looks like a chocolate chip cookie, okay? But that's okay, like I said, doesn't have to be perfect. Okay? Cutting all the way. All the way. Perfect. Okay. Well, let's get my paper that fell. Nice. Great. So that means I have 1, 2, and 3. I need 3 more. Okay? So, and here is a trick too. If you are tracing this, the first piece that you cut, trace that one instead of the original one. Because probably what happened is you kind of try to make a circle, but that didn't really work out. So tracing the second one may help a little bit more to match all the circles if you really want them to all be the same size. Okay? Now, if I wanted to, I could make a perfect circle, right? I'm trying to think about, well, what if I don't make that perfect circle? What am I going to feel? So a lot of people feel frustrated. They want it perfect. They want everything perfect. But I'm going to do something a little bit different, okay? So there you go. Nice, we got 4 faces now. Now we need 2 more, okay? Let's see. Let's make 2 more. Okie doke. More. Okay. And let's make 1 more. And I think we'll be done with making the tracings of it. Okay. Well, that one's kind of a little bit off. It's okay. Like I said, it's totally fine, right? When you have them together, I'll show you a trick. If you really want to make these circles perfect, I'll show you a trick. Well, that's all my circles. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. As you can tell, my circles are all different. You see, they're all different now. Look at that. Well, you want to learn a life hack? Here's the life hack. Okay. Find the smallest circle that you have. Okay. I believe this may be the smallest one. Let me just do a little cut here. So the smallest circle that I have is this one right here. I don't know if you see it. Okay. What you want to do is you want to put them together like this. And now, with your scissors, ask an adult for help, because if you're using cardstock, this may be hard. If you're using regular paper, it's going to be easy for you. We're going to cut it like this, all together, like that. Now, this is a great life hack when, you're not really tracing it that well, and you're like, no, how do I make them all look the same? Okay, look at that. And now they are all identical. Okay, great. So that's a life hack there. Okay, just in case. And now, there you go. But we're not done yet. What do you want to do? After you cut all your 6 pieces of circles that you have here, you want to draw out 6 different emotions. I have my angry one here. I have my sad one here. Let's draw my happy one. But first, you want to fold it in half, actually. Fold it in half like this. On the top half, you want the eyes, okay? We're going to draw the eyes for you. On the bottom half, you want the mouth. So this is there you go, my happy one. Because I'm super happy right now. I love doing these type of activities. They're super fun. What's another one? How about my hungry face? Or you know what? Actually, maybe because I showed you my angry one, I showed you my happy and sad one. Let's do my frustration one. So let's fold it in half, like so. The top half is going to be my frustration one. You see that? That's it. That's the frustration one. Okay. What's the other one that I have here? My surprised. This is gonna be funny. This is gonna be really funny. My surprised one. How do I look like when I'm surprised? No, that's really bad. Yeah, I guess so. Surprised, right? Because you actually, I don't know, because that's kind of hard to tell, because you're never in front of a mirror when you're surprised. It just happens to you. So you really don't know how you look like when you're surprised unless somebody took a photo of you. So actually next time, well, that's kind of hard to do, because your emotion when you're surprised, it's a instant, right? It's like a oh moment, right? It's like whoa, but nobody has time to take a picture of that. So this is what I think I look like when I'm surprised. And then the last one is my scared. And the scared one kind of looks like the surprised one, which is kind of hard to draw. It's kind of, how do I look like when I'm scared? That's why you have adults there, right? You have somebody there that can tell you, yeah, that's how you look like when you're scared. I think I'm going to do this. Let's see. There you go. This is my scared look, right? And my scared and surprised look kind of look the same. And that's what I'm telling you about emotions. That is it's so amazing, because emotions sometimes your facial expressions will look the same, and different times they'll look different. I know it's all complicated and everything, but I drew six faces. And now what I want you to do is I want you to grab your glue stick, okay? And at the bottom of your paper right here, I want you to glue, and then you're going to add a stick here, okay? And if the glue isn't working, use some tape. Okay. Use some tape here. I'm going to tape it, okay? So you should have a blank one here. There you go. I keep seeing my happy face in front of me. I like it. It makes me happy. I don't know. Every time I see a smiling face, it makes me happy. Okay? So here's what we have here. Okay, what am I gonna put here? So you want to glue the first one that you have, the first face, you want to glue that, okay? Just the top half only, the top part. Where the eyes are, right here on the back, that's what you're gonna glue first, okay? Should look like this. You can see it like that, okay? Now this is where it's gonna get a little bit complicated with the instructions, but I'm just gonna show it to you. So it may take a little bit longer than what I had planned for, but that's totally fine, okay? So let's see. Let me try this out. What you wanna do here is, you see this part? We're gonna glue something on it. We're going to glue our second emotion, okay? Our second funny face. Now remember, you're just gluing the top part, okay? You're just gluing the top part. Let's see. Try to find my other face. There it is. Great. So after you glue this top part, you're going to glue it here. You see this part right here? You're gonna just glue the face right there, like so, okay? So it should look something like this. You see that? Okay, and you just want to keep doing it and doing it, okay? So what is my next face? This is my surprise face, okay? And we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna glue the top part, okay? And once again, one more time, we're gonna glue the top half and we're going to glue it to here, okay? Right there, okay? It's almost like an accordion. Look at all these faces that we have here, okay? And it looks like I'm gonna need more glue because that wasn't enough. Okay. There you go. And then my last two faces, my side face. Hopefully we don't have to use that a lot, right? Gluing the top part to the bottom part of my face that I had here, okay? Let's glue that part. And if the glue isn't working for you, I recommend just using the tape. But of course, you know, you gotta let it dry, the glue. And the last face, okay? And so the last face, you actually do want to glue, you do want to glue the last face because, let's see. Right there. Because this is your last face that you have, you want to glue it to the bottom part, okay? So this is going to be glued here to the paper that you have. Okay, there you go. Let's make sure this is glued together. Yeah, make sure you put a lot of glue, okay, or else it's just gonna go everywhere. Okay. Okay, I think I am done with this. Okay. Well, look what I have. This is the finished product, okay? So let me try to get closer to you all. Okay. So here we have, what is this one? My mad face. What is this one? Surprise face, right? No, or is it my scared face? It has to be one of them, okay? So this was my scared face that I had here. I was like shocked. What do we have in this one? My surprise face. What about this one right here? My mad face. Okay? No, my frustration face. This is my frustration face, not my mad face, because my eyebrows would be like more buried. Okay? So this is my frustration face. Like, really? What face is this? And my sad one. Okay? Now, all of these, I mean, this could be my sad face too. You could be sad and angry at the same time. Yeah, that's possible to have. Okay? And that's the thing about emotions. You could have 2 emotions, 3 emotions at the same time. They're all kind of just mixed. Okay? So that's how you do the funny faces. Okay? Now let's get onto our dices. Now I won't have time to color in the dices. I'm just going to show you what we're going to be doing with the dices. I'm going to cut it out for you to show you how we're going to set it up. Okay. And I'm just going to show you this one, the other dice. I probably won't have time to cut, but you'll get the idea of how to fold it. Now this one, you actually do want to cut along the lines in order for the dice to work. There's no way around it. We're going to have to cut it. Okay. And over here. One more time. Now, on this piece of paper, there are some emotions as well, the ones that I shared with you. Now, like I was saying, you know, these emotions don't necessarily mean that's how you feel or look like, right? Sometimes people, when they feel nervous, they show a smile. So it kind of looks like you're happy, but that's not the case. Oh yeah, let's make sure I cut this end right here. We want to make sure it folds. Okay, so let's make our cube that we have. Okay, so let's see. We're going to fold each part of the cube. Each part. So what I did was, first, I'm folding this part. Okay, second, I'm folding this part right here that we have. And the last one, I'm going to fold these ones. What am I doing here? I'm just getting the dice ready to be folded into a box that we have. Okay, so you can see. Now we're going to fold this one on the bottom that I forgot. You see where it says the scared and surprised? You want to fold that one as well. Okay? And now, look at this. Well, now we're just going to tape it, okay? Now before you tape it, you want to make sure you color it. I didn't get a chance to color it because we're almost out of time. But I would first color everything and then start cutting it and then tape it, of course. Okay? So let's tape this part together. Or if you like, you can glue it as well. It's totally up to you. But just for the time, I'm going to tape it. Okay. Now, you may experience different emotions when you're doing this activity, right? Because if you've never done a cube before, it's going to seem like it's a hard thing to do, which it is, right? I've seen a lot of students do this before, and it's been, you know, frustrating because the dice keeps falling. But don't worry, you're gonna get it, okay? And I'm going to, as you can see, I'm going to tape this part. I've been taping everywhere, okay? Now this is just, I'm just showing you a way where it may be easier. It's an alternative option that you have. You don't have to use the glue necessarily. If you feel like the glue is harder, or maybe this is more hard using the tape, use whatever you feel more comfortable with. You could use the glue, or you could use the tape. It's up to you. I'm just giving you some options here. Okay. So my cube is done. Okay. And it's still gonna work. You know, when I throw it in there, it's gonna show me a face. It's gonna give me different things, like this one. Let's try it again. Let's roll the dice. What's emotion am I going to portray to you? This is the game. Let's see. Frustrated. Remember? That's my frustrated face. How about another one? Surprised. It was like, the surprise one was different because my eyes were like this. My eyebrow was here. It was like, I know, it was weird. Now, if you wanted to make your own dice, you could just trace it and put your own emotions. Or if you don't want to go through all that, what you could do is, since I already cut out some of this paper already, and it looks like it matches the cube, draw your own face. Maybe, what's another type of emotion that you may have? Maybe, you know, that face you make when you're hungry, right? What's that face you make when you're hungry? My face is like, it's kind of like the mad face, the angry face, but it's more sad. This is how I look like when I'm hungry and I haven't ate. I can't do it. I can't do it, but I feel that's how I look like. Okay, so that's how you do the dice with all your emotions in there. Okay. Now, if we have enough time, I would show you this, but basically what you want to do here is we're doing the same thing. We're cutting it. We're going to color it, but it's asking you some things to fill in. The first one I said was make a face you make when you are hungry. When you're hungry, what face do you make? Some people, when they're hungry, they get really angry, or they're pretty calm, or they're quiet. Okay. The second one says, show how you would walk or move your body if you were mad. I'm mad. Okay. This one is, the middle one says, talk like you are sad. Well, do you talk when you're sad, or do you talk softly like this? Right? The next one says, what would you do for a friend who was sad? If you see one of your friends very sad, how are you going to help them out? What are you going to do? Are you going to approach them? Are you going to give them their time? Because a lot of people feel differently about people coming to them when they're sad. I know somebody who's, when they're sad, they kind of just want to be left alone. Or I know another friend who, when they're sad, they need somebody to give them a hug. So it's very different, right? So what do we have here? Tell me something that might make you feel happy. We start talking about plants. I love plants. You're gonna make me very happy. Talk about plants, I'm very happy. Or talk about food, I'm very happy as well. Or talk about hiking. I love hiking. So I'm super excited about that. And which one is the one I'm missing? This one right here, the top one. How do you like to be treated when you are angry? When you're angry, do you want people to come to you and tell you, hey, relax? When you're angry, do you want people to come and hug you? When you're angry, do you want to just be left alone? When you're angry, do you just need something to eat? Or do you need a walk? Or do you need some water? So this dice is really designed to really make you think about how to attach an emotion to an action, to get you thinking about how other people feel, because how other people feel, how other people show their emotions can mean very different things. Like I said, somebody could be nervous and they could be smiling, but they could be nervous and sad inside. Okay? So it's really hard to tell. Well, the only best way is through communication, which is what this dice block is trying to show you. Well, everybody, I'm really happy we did this together. I love these type of activities because it makes you think, it makes you really get in contact with your emotions, because sometimes we don't really show our emotions that much. Okay? Well, until next time, everybody, goodbye And I hope you have an amazing day. Feel good about yourself because you're amazing, you're unique. And also, as well, when you do finish this, I want you to ask your adults to go to our Instagram, SMC Libraries, and write the hashtag SMCL Creates on a picture that you're going to post. Okay, because we really want to see your emotions. We want to see how you feel. We want to see it on your little emotion that you have right here. Okay. Well, until next time, everybody. Please have a good one and goodbye.